Thank you. Thank you and welcome to the 7th Evan podcast. I'm your host, Evan Myers. You can follow me on Twitter at 7th Evan. Follow the show on Instagram at 7th Evan Pod. You can listen on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube, Rumble, sometimes Odyssey. Thank you so much and welcome. Welcome to this fine show. Today, we got a great show planned for you today. Here's the truth, gang. I have to start this show with an apology to my listeners, my faithful listeners, all millions of you who tune in every week to the 7th Evan podcast. I have not been faithful to you, and I don't mean sexually. I only think of you guys. I haven't made an episode in over a month. That's true. That is true. And I'm not proud of that fact, but I would be remiss if I did not address it. This is how you work really hard on something and then just full-blown stop. This is how it happens. You get really, really busy with life, and then when that stuff settles down, the thought of coming back to this becomes anxiety-riddled. And every step further away from that, of you not doing the thing that you were doing, it becomes more and more insurmountable. So here I am. It's about 2 a.m, and I said, enough already. Enough, Evan. Get back to work. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the reassurance. No, the truth is that I was busy, and then I didn't. I had all the reasons not to do it, and then suddenly, like, holy fuck, it's June. So I'm back. I'm back and better than ever, baby. Well, I'm all right. Here's the thing. We got a great show for you guys today. We got a great show for you. Problem is that I am in pain. I am in pain. This is an unfortunate reality. I have a sunburn on my forehead. And normally you would think, Evan, that's a weird, thing. But it's the thing is that my forehead is getting longer as time goes on. So more real estate on my head is vulnerable to getting sunburned. And these are not things that I'm used to. I have to now wear a hat on a regular basis. And not because of a stylistic reason, but because of a tactical reason. And it's frustrating. It's outrageous even. And so you say, Evan, why? You surely know you're fucking bald. Why wouldn't you know that already? And, listen, I don't think all the time, people. Believe it or not. Sometimes I just do. I'm a doer of thinkers. I don't know what drop I'd use for that here.
Fucking thing sucks.
Thank you, Bill. Anywho, I have to start wearing a hat more frequently. I was at a backyard party. This is how I got my sunburn. Shocking, right? Standing out in the sun. Who would have thought? And I'm standing out in the sun at this backyard birthday party. A birthday party for a 1-year-old.
The American people are tired of women.
Now, yes, and Bernie, yes, and 1-year-olds, why? Why? It's bad enough that 6th graders are graduating. Why are 1-year-olds having birthday parties? Birthday parties are for people who have nothing to hold on to in life. That is what they live for, is living another year. Birthday parties are for kids who just want free shit. 1-year-olds should have no celebrations, let alone one where you invite the town to. I'm a 30-year-old single man with no kids. Why on earth should I be at a party for children? Not a single reason why, not one. You say, Evan, surely you must have some connection to this 1-year-old. They invited you to this party. Yeah, it's one of my best friend's kids. That's beside the point. It's not like they had things for me. I mean, they did have a cooler full of White Claws. I had a few of those. Probably kept me from noticing my sunburn. 1-year-olds, they suck. No, they're all right. But here's the thing. They shouldn't be allowed to vote. That's where I draw the line with the 1-year-olds. Give them a birthday party, if you will, but don't let them vote. Don't let them decide things. Don't let them participate in the system unless they're willing to serve this country with a gun. And obviously under the supervision of, more mature babies with guns. But that would be the only situation where I would let a baby vote, is if that baby served its country. That's my final stand.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Thank you, Joe. I don't know. 1-year-old birthday parties, they're kind of odd. They're strange. I mean, it's like, who's this for? That was one of those, when they get the baby to mash the cake, and it was all these white women and the grandpa, and all these white women and the grandpa were just closing in with their camera. Oh, coochie, coochie, coo, coochie, coochie, coo. And she's just like, oh, what the fuck are you guys fucking, what? Like, break the cake, bitch. She's like, what? Why? I mean, I guess, all right, okay, I'll put my little hands in it. And they're like, ooh, coochie, coochie, coo. Then she's like, all right, I don't want anything to do with this. So she starts crying, and they're like, oh, okay, show's over. And then she's like, all right, I'll fucking chill. I'll chill. You guys chill, I'll chill. Babies are smarter than you think. Maybe they should vote. Maybe they should run things. I would watch a sport with babies. It's certainly more entertaining than the WNBA. That's the beauty of the trans stuff, is that it's making women's sports interesting. All right, I'm sorry. I'll stop trashing women's sports, but I will not stop trashing babies. And this is why. They think they're so fucking cool because they can just shit their pants and someone cleans up after them. Well, honey, let me tell you, that doesn't keep going. They stop cleaning your pants. Eventually. Anywho, now I'm shedding skin on my forehead, and it's gross. It's disgusting. It's animalistic. It's wrong. They talk about white privilege. This is what I have to deal with, is a peeling head. And everyone goes, do you have dandruff? And I go, no, my skin is falling off my face. But again, I did have a lot of seltzers. So, yeah. It was a good time all in all, Say what you will about 1-year-old birthday party. I know 1-year-old birthday parties aren't the most popular thing around. I know people dogging them pretty hard. But you know what? I kind of came around to them, and I kind of support them. Support babies and their right to vote and their right to bear arms, regardless if they serve this country or not. I think I've come around to it, guys. Yeah. That's called personal development. One of the things that kept me on the West Coast was that I had a student film that I wrote premiere in Santa Ana at the Frida Cinema at the Lo-Fi Awards. And you say, Evan, what the fuck is the fucking Lo-Fi fucking Awards? And I say, hey, watch your language. And then I say, listen, it's an award show for ladies. A ladies award show. And so you can imagine my surprise when I was not nominated for Best Screenwriter. Yeah. Yep. And listen, I think it's an outrage. Listen, I understand that it may not appear that I'm a woman. And I understand if you might doubt that I am a woman. But surely when it comes to competitions, I am just as much of a woman as anybody else. For example, I pee sitting down. That's not true. I pee standing up. But I do other womanly things. I cry a lot. I probably shouldn't be allowed to vote. Among other things. Women. That's the story of the day. Ladies. No. The story of the day is that I was not nominated, and I tucked my penis for a full 6 months under the expectation that that would lead me to a nomination with the ladies. I don't know. I thought that that level of commitment would be noted by the Academy. All right, I only tucked it for about 3 weeks, not 6 months. I didn't even know it was for ladies. That's the funny thing. I didn't even really realize that and then I got an actual invitation, and then it was like, ladies of film. And I'm like, well, I'm done for. I'm out. I knew I never had a chance. I would have to do something dramatic to be in the running, and that would be, to fully transition. And I thought about it, but it's very expensive. But I don't know. Maybe if I had shown up in a dress, they would have thought about it. They would have been like, wait, this is a real gal coming up, writing scripts. Here's the thing. So I wrote a movie. That's the real headline. I wrote a movie, and then it was bequeathed to a director, Mona Ibrahim. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'm recording this in the middle of the night. Had a couple of faderades. Mona Ibrahim, the director of the fine project Quitters. That's the name of the film, Quitters. Well, here's the thing. COVID happened. Woof. And the film was shut down. We weren't able to make it as part of our film program. And so I thought, well, that shit is dead in the water. But no, Mona was able to revive it and get it made with a whole new class of students. And she made it, and it premiered. And it was fun. We had a fun time. But again, I was not nominated at the Ladies of Film Awards. Do you understand the atrocity this is? The travesty of atrocities? The atrocital travesty? Do you understand the gravity of this travesty? I may not be a woman. I may not have ovaries. But I do Well, I don't like crime shows. That's the thing. Fucking women are watching crime shows. Do you see? Have you ever watched TV with a woman after 9? It's literally just murder. It's murder and rape. And they watch it. And then they go to bed. This is why they're going crazy, people. Is they're consuming this garbage. Even I, after a late night of killing hookers in GTA, need a little bit of The Office to unwind. Anywho, I wasn't nominated, and I'm not taking it personally. I am personally, hurt and offended and outraged, and my entire professional career has been a mockery up to this point. But again, I'm not taking this personally. I'm just deeply offended. Deeply offended. By the ladies who don't recognize true talent when it plants itself in front of you, balls and all. Listen, I didn't go through the surgery because it's $8,000, and I don't have $8,000. And last time I tried to raise funds with you idiots, it was to purchase Epstein's Island, and you fuckers didn't come through with it. So what am I supposed to do when I come to you for money, for my transition, for my real estate purchases, and you don't stand with me? What am I supposed to do? I'm going to suffer. That's what's going to happen. I'm not going to be able to buy real estate with any of you fuckers, and I'm not going to be able to become a true woman who is up for the awards that she deserves. And yes, my lady name is Ivana. That's obvious. That's fucking obvious. I'm not going to become Rhonda or something. That's too draggy. All right, I just want to put an A on the end of all of my certificates and paperwork and just become Ivana. Okay? And then I'll get some goddamn respect in this town as a working lady. I wear heels at night. I paint my nails like any old broad does. Anywho, we didn't win any awards, and I think it's because they were sexist against my lady penis. So that's what I'm pinning it on. Other than that, it was a lovely time. It was super fun. Lots of great artists got to showcase their work. I am being sarcastic, but I'm not. There was some good stuff. And, again, none of it as good as my work. Let me be very clear. They all sucked except for my work. But besides that, it was a great time. It was nice meeting everybody. It was great to make some friends in the industry. Even if they were lesser talent than me. Do you not understand? I am a god. This should be indisputable to people. Here's the thing. I wrote a movie. I wrote a movie. And it was a huge success. It was on every billboard in town. But then the ladies, they built their glass ceiling and they kept me out. They kept me out of the top. And every time I try to break that glass ceiling, they say, "Get your dick out of here." Anywho, it was fun. It was cool. This is the best part. I showed up early. The invitation said 1 o'clock. I got there at 12:55. And I'm like, fuck, I should have been a little bit later. And then they were like, it starts at 1:30. The thing says 1 so we can mingle in the foyer. Woo! So then I was like, all right. And then I went over to this fucking, place that sells alcohol. What's the word? I can't think of it. So I go to that place that sells alcohol, and I got a cherry beer. You're like, what the fuck is a cherry beer? I'll tell you what it is. It's the gayest fucking beer I've ever drank, and I loved it. I fucking loved it. I don't care how gay it made me. It made me feel like a real natural woman. That's what it made me feel like. It was a delight. And it was like 8%. It was 8%, I believe. Maybe a little lower. Here's the important thing. I had a nice beer, and then I came back, and then I got a large popcorn and a large soda. Pepsi. I don't care if they're made with aborted fetus cells. That's what I've heard from the internet. I have reliable sources that inform me of that. I don't care, though. But I don't care because Pepsi's good. So I had a large Pepsi, large popcorn. Of course, they give the fucking cardboard straw because we're still trying to pretend that's a thing. Fuck sea turtles. Give me plastic, baby. Give it to me hard. So besides that, it was fun. And so then, yeah, they just kind of ran all the student films and their projects from front, all the ladies. So it was very female oriented, if you know what I mean. You know how they all get, those broads. Anywho, so we're watching all that, and I'm having a fabulous time, having my popcorn, having my soda. And the next thing you know, my film premieres. It's clearly the best. I'm clearly shafted because of my shaft. It's just wrong.
The American people are tired of women.
I agree, Bernie, but only if it works with my womanhood. Here's the thing. It was fun. It was great. And then my fucking buddy, you know, that guy, he's got a music studio around the corner, and I went and hung out with that guy. And you know what? I listened to one of his guys record his guitar, and I thought, I don't have any fucking talent. Like, these guys are real. These guys actually have a real skill, and I'm just like, oh, I'm a writer. I wrote a movie. Going, ooh. Anywho, it was fun. It was a great time. So that's why I'm still out here. That's one of the reasons I'm still out here. Besides the 1-year-old's birthday, fucking bitch, and the Frida, this is the name of the cinema, of the premiere of the film Quitters, in which I wrote and starred in. I was not in it. That's the thing. The dude who's in it looks like a poor man. Who's Edward from the new Batman? I'm blanking on his name right now. Robert Pattinson. The dude looked like a poor man's Robert Pattinson, which is a handsome guy. My lady ovaries were tingling when I saw him on the screen. Yeah, so he looked like, it's weird. He looks like Robert Pattinson. So I was like, where the fuck did you get this guy? Anywho, it's fun. So if I come up with any other scripts, I'll pass them along to Mona, and I'll demand she gets them made, and that she gives me the respect that I deserve as a woman of color. And yeah, it was cool. So yeah, so that kept me on the West Coast. And then after that, I swallowed the bottle of depression. But I will tell you guys, there's a lot of news that happened while we were away, and I'm going to cover that news. I'm going to cover this very important news. And, well, let me tell you guys, Johnny Depp, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Depp. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny fucking Depp. Johnny, yes. Was Johnny a piece of shit? Probably. Did Johnny... probably a difficult guy to live with, probably a drug addict, probably stayed up way too late, probably dragged his dick about town, just realistically. But he's Johnny Depp. And this lady, this gal, Miss Amber Heard, made accusations and claiming that he was abusive and whatnot, and then he sued her, and then he won. Woo! Those are the basic facts of the case. They're the only facts that you need to know. And that's the important thing, guys, because here's the thing. this is a much needed win for men. I know this is controversial. Men have been kind of down for a while. I don't know if you notice this. We've been sort of anti-man for a little while, and it's nice when the men get a win. It is. It's nice. It's nice because it shows that a relationship is a two-way street. Yes, Johnny Depp is probably not the ideal boyfriend or husband. I could have told you that. Anybody who's has any idea of who Johnny Depp is would tell you, yeah, I wouldn't want him to marry my daughter. Sure, for a number of reasons. That being said, if you sever a man's hand, you're not the victim. Unless it's in self-defense and he's coming at you and he's swinging at you and you fucking cut his hand open and cut his finger off or whatever. I respect that. But if it's just like, fuck this guy, and then you throw a wine bottle at him, you're a psychopath. You're a psychopath. Now, Amber, I can change you. My abilities, namely a sexual ability, they will heal you of your demons. So keep that in mind as I continue. Listen, if you physically abuse, men can be physically abused. There's this notion, and we all like to think that it's just like men are just animals and they just attack women. And there are men like that, but there are also, psychopathic women who ruin men. We used to call them black widows. This is understood. This is a tale as old as time that these women exist. And Amber Heard might be one of those women. Very likely. And it's not just that she severed his hand and shit in his bed and then dragged his name through the mud and got him fired from 2 different film franchises. It's not just that. It's that she did it and she didn't see anything wrong with it. She didn't see one fucking thing wrong with anything she did. She probably is still telling herself like, yeah, I fucking cut off his hand. What's the problem with that? He doesn't need that finger. He was an asshole and he called me fat once or something. It's just like, listen, bitch. Now, again, bitch, I can change you, but assuming that's not what you want. This is really just what happens. And men needed a win. Men needed a win. And it's sad because we've been tarnished. We've been all casted as these Harvey Weinsteins and these Bill Cosbys. And it's like the only way to be a man is to be a beta. And you're like, wait, what? No. And that's what that's the push. And so Johnny, the least beta of them all, or one of the least, Johnny took a stand. He said, no, I will not let this woman trample all over my good name. No, I will not let her shit in my bed and blame it on the Shih Tzu. No, I will not. No. And he stood defiant against the female overlords, and he fought for men everywhere. Yes. Yes, Johnny, yes. But it is good. I feel happy. I'm happy for Johnny. It wasn't about the money for Johnny at this point. It was about letting the world know there's more to this story. And he came out on top. He won. Even if he didn't win literally, which he did, he won the public eye, and he showed the world that these bitches. No, he showed the world that there's always 2 sides to every story, at least 2 sides to every story, and that he had to take all that shit for no fucking reason, really. All because a clout-chasing whore wanted to insert herself into a movement because guess what? We have incentivized people to do this. Everybody back in the day would say, why would any woman lie about this? Ask Amber Heard. Ask her. Don't ask me. I've never lied about this. Ask Amber. So that's my advice. But I'm glad. I am glad men needed a W. And here's the thing. Here's the problem. That this is, I think, what the women either they don't get or maybe they get, and if they do, then it's more insidious. Men giving up on women is a very bad thing. It's very bad for women. It's where you see crimes happen to women and men go, well, not my problem. And they go, I'm not going to be fucking King Arthur here and run into that. This is where you start seeing men checking out. Guys, sex robots are coming here. They're already here. And they're only going to get more popular. We're going to have virtual reality. All these dudes are going to be just nodding off on porn, watching fucking HD hardcore porn on their VR set, and they're going to be in the porn. They're going to be in the porn. Why would they ever want to go out? Why? So that's the question you have to ask yourself as you trash men. That's the question you have to figure out. Is this worth pushing men into Asian sex robots? Because that's where we're headed. And I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there because I know that's a dangerous, slippery slope. All right? We don't need people specifying robot people to bang. We don't need this. It's not good. We should just be raw dogging each other like our grandparents did. No one asked you. Pride Month is crazy. I don't know if you guys noticed that it's June and Pride Month has run amok, if you will. I go on Twitter and it's just like, here's all these kids at drag shows. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I've been to drag shows. I think they're fun. It's a nice way to show the ladies that you're not a bad guy. You're like, hey, I can enjoy a man in a dress. But yeah, I do. I don't mind. I don't mind. I respect the art. I don't want to. I wouldn't do it every week, but I would go. I have been. I've been to many a drag show in my time, but it's weird that there's like kids going to them now, and I don't know. That's the thing. This is always the problem with the internet. You're like, is this a real problem or is this like, a Twitter problem? And which unfortunately bleeds into the real world. But I've seen these pictures of kids putting money and G-strings and all that, and it's weird because it's like not at all what my childhood was. Like when I was in the Boy Scouts and I went to the Hoover Dam. You guys know what that is? No? Well, look it up. And I was at the Hoover Dam, and a couple of our friends in the troop, the Boy Scouts, their dads decided to take them to Hooters on the way. They took them to Hooters on the Vegas Strip. And that was scandalous. It was a scandalous day in Troop 724's history. The moms were like, what the fuck? These kids rolled in with Hooters t-shirts and were telling, oh, we went to Hooters. And then the dads were like, yeah, our car broke down on the fucking strip after, and that was embarrassing. I'm like, well, that served you right. No, I was jealous because listen, I'm a tit man. So I'm pro Hooters. The food's, it's all right, but they have the games, they have beer, and they have women pushing their breasts into your face. These, not literally, let's be clear. Let's be clear about what Hooters is. It is not one of those places. But that was a big scandalous deal. Now, when I was a kid, and this is what, 2004, something like that. Now, it's like, here's a trans man swinging his cock in your 10-year-old son, and they're like, give him the dollar bill, sonny. Give her a dollar bill, and then she'll walk away. And then she swings her dick out of there as he stuffs a Washington up his rectum. I don't understand this. These children have a different upbringing than I did. So I don't know what to make of all this. It's gone crazy. And I don't know why. This is the thing. I've known many a gay in my time, and the gays, they don't, there's the drag gays, and then there's just like gay guys, you know? And the drag gay is a whole other species. So I'm like, what? Huh? I don't understand. I don't understand how everything's all in one group now. I don't know how the T's are with the L's and the G's and the B's and the LG's and the BT's and the BTS and the TS and the STDs. I don't get it. I don't understand any of it. Don't ask me. I do understand. I understand drag shows. I don't know why kids are at these. It's weird. And it's weird. And then you see people like defending it. I don't know if you see, I go on Twitter and people are like, oh, well, this is no different than an NFL game. I saw somebody say that. This is no different than an NFL cheerleader. I don't know what the big deal is. And I'm like, well, listen, if you try to stick money inside of a cheerleader's uniform, skirt, whatever you want to call it, if you want to do that at an NFL game, you will get wrestled to the ground, and a security guard will drag you and your ass all through the stadium into, they have a jail, by the way. They have a fucking jail in these things, and they will throw you in the jail. And don't ask me how I know. Never call me a cheap tip. No, I don't know that for a fact, but I do know this. I know they don't fuck around. You can't be getting handsy with the cheerleaders, you know? That's a big no-no. And by the way, the only way you're going to meet a cheerleader is if you play for the team or your kid has brain cancer. That's it. It's the only way I'm ever going to meet a Buccaneer cheerleader is I'm going to have a son or myself. One of us will get brain cancer and we'll be like, our last wish is to meet the Tampa Bay Buccaneer cheerleaders. And they're like, you're creepy. It's weird. I'm not sure that you actually have brain cancer. This feels like a scam. You don't even have a doctor's note. Listen, this is all unsustainable. I don't know why kids are doing this now. I don't know why they're bringing the kids to this. Why? The assumption is that it's grooming. I don't know it's that. I don't know. But it is weird. It's a little weird. You know? It's weird that they're like, this is fine. Everything's fine. It's not a big deal. And I'm like, you sound like a Catholic priest. Little bit. So that's kind of crazy. And it's all June. They do it all of June. They twerk for 7-year-olds in June, apparently. That's Pride. I don't know. It's weird. It seems weird. Pride is a dumb thing in general. You know, pride, like the thought of like, I'm proud of this thing I have no control over. That's a weird thing. Like being proud of achieving something, being proud, like, oh, I have a family and they're all going, my sons are going to college, my daughter's, she's going to be a doctor, because women can do that too. And my wife, she's very hot and also accomplished. And I go, oh, I could see why you're proud of that. But then they're like, I'm proud that I came inside of Ben last night. And I'm like, what? That's nothing. And nothing to be proud of that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying don't be proud of it. Let alone give a whole fucking month to coming inside of Ben. I don't get it. This is why I'm an old man at heart. It's not meant for me to understand. The other thing that kept me on the West Coast was the hashtag Reno reset. And I have been quiet publicly about my affiliation with the Mises Caucus. And I will more or less continue that. Because here's the thing. I don't think I'm the best representation of the caucus. I see myself as merely a person that is an able-bodied person who can merely do the things that they need. Let me start that over. I joined the Mises Caucus last year because I like a lot of what the comic Dave Smith, this fella, have you heard of him? I like a lot of what he had to say. I like a lot of what Tom Woods has to say. Like a lot of what Scott Horton has to say. And all these guys were saying, we're doing the Mises Caucus. And I'm like, well, these guys, these are my crew, man. These are my guys. These are my well, listen, what's the white way of saying my N-word, but not, you know? These are my brothers. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, bitch. So yeah, I like a lot of what they had to say. And so I joined because I believe in their overall message of liberty and freedom and peace and non-aggression and blah, 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 and all that. So I joined the Mises Caucus, and guess what? We kicked ass at the National Convention of the Libertarian Party. Woo! Yes, it's a very positive development. Yes, we swept all the positions and everything there, and we did all that we wanted with their platforms. We added secession into the platform. That I need like a gasp. And see, that's the thing. I did support secession, and I do think that if I'm not on a list already, I think that would do it. So, cheers to me. And so what was I doing up there? Well, I was a delegate on behalf of the great state of Connecticut. Why Connecticut? Well, they needed help, and it's an open seat system. So I went there and I voted as a delegate as part of the Mises Caucus, and I had a great time. Reno's fucking fun. I'll tell you what's not fun. Fucking not knowing which women are libertarians and which ones are prostitutes. Because it's Reno, you know? It's fucking outrageous. I'm like, are you a lady or are you working? You know? Come on now. You got carry a card or something. My God. I'm like, is this lady into me? No. As it turns out, she's working. She's on the clock, Evan. She doesn't want to have a conversation with you. And you know what that does to my pride.
The American people are tired of women.
You're goddamn right, Bernie. Goddamn right. But yeah, it is. It's hard to tell. I think there's this thing. I think there's a lot of crossover though, like with prostitutes and libertarian women. I think there is a lot of crossover there. I think many prostitutes are libertarians. And I think many libertarians started out as prostitutes. You know, it was disgusting. The amount of chin beards. It was outrageous. It was offensive even. Genuinely offensive. Every man in the Libertarian Party has a beard. Even the ones that don't, if you look close enough, it's there. It's outrageous. It's offensive. It's offensive to style. It's offensive to fashion, to hygiene, to grooming, to men's wellness. It's disgusting. I almost shaved my beard in protest. Men, what are we doing? We're wrapping our identities in beards we can barely grow. The fuck is wrong with you? Disgusting. These beards, though, I will say, there were a lot of them. They were everywhere. And that's the thing. I'm like, are you ex-military? And they're all like, yes, we are currently fighting a drone war on this exact building, and you're not gonna make it. I'm like, what? They let you guys grow beards? No, they were all cool. Not all of them. The fucking guys that were lame can fucking suck it. Yeah, you know who you are. The way you were, the way you acted. This is, yeah, you. No, stop looking to the guy next to you. You. It's your fault. Fuck you. But everybody else was cool. And so that was fun. It was fun. So the first night, I did the whole Reno experience minus fucking a prostitute. Let me be clear. I did not fuck a prostitute. I see the allegations already swarming my mentions, and it's not true. It's simply not true. I'm broke. Here's the thing. I went to Reno, and I had a great time. The first night, I partied. I did the casino floor. I played video roulette, and I had a grand time. It was fun. It was a delight. It was a true delight. And then the next night, we had to do work, so I went to bed at a reasonable midnight or so. And then Friday, it all started. And I was on the convention floor representing the great state of Connecticut as a delegate of Connecticut. Why the fuck? It's called Connecticut, but it's Connect-it-cut. What the fuck? Why? None of them could answer that, by the way. I pestered every one of those Connecticutians, and not one goddamn one of them could tell me. Shows you how much they know. Anywho, it was fun. I got to see Ron Paul speak, the legend, Dr. Ron Paul. Yes. The truest. Future presidential candidate Dave Smith, vice presidential candidate Maj Touré, Zuby, the rapper / female bodylifter. Got to see a lot of great people who are fighting for freedom, and so that's why I joined, to fight for freedom and to be amongst my people, my chin beards and my hookers. That's what matters to me. Chin beards and hookers. There was a lot of chin beards. I don't know what it is. Men, we've wrapped up our identity in this facial hair thing. It's gone mad. It's gotten out of hand. It's fucking unbelievable. It's disgusting. It's bad. It's gross. The first day was gross. Everybody smelled. I don't know what that was about. Maybe it was just everybody traveling. I'm just like, fucking put on some goddamn deodorant. And then Friday, everybody was better. Friday was better because it was like everybody was prepared. But then by Sunday, we were back to it. We were back fucking to it. Oh, and then this fucking witch put a curse on us. What the fuck is that about? Some witch, some self-described witch, and I'm not saying bitch, I mean witch, W-I-T-C-H, fucking witch, rolled up to the microphone and was like, oh, I put a curse on 70% of you, but if you want to be protected, you can buy my charm outside the fucking... Whoa! And I'm like, fuck that. So I called some mystical bitch. I called my mom and I said, Mom, there's a witch and she put a curse on me and you're a prayer warrior. Can you please pray for me? And then she's like, I'm on it. So she called upon her heavenly angels and that bitch ended up in the hospital the next day. So yeah, that's fucking right. That's fucking right. Listen, I don't, whatever. You want to play fucking Harry Potter, that's fine. I don't care. It's what you do. But if you're out there throwing hexes on people, first off, that's aggression. So back the fuck off. And two, like, are you using your powers for good? If you assuming this is real, why? You're just throwing out curses at people? That's part of the gig. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. You have too much power and not enough responsibility. Just outrageous, goddammit. But yeah, she did. She was hospitalized the next day, and I would like to think it's because of the Holy Ghost and Jesus Christ and whatnot. I don't know. I'm just saying that this bitch, this fucking cunt, put a curse on us. Like, who does that? Are we still... I thought we drowned those bitches in Salem. We're still dealing with this? Do we need to see if they float or sink? These goddamn witches. No, it's weird. It's weird that that's a thing. I thought we were mostly past that, but it seems I'm meeting witches all the time. So, all right, fine. I'm open-minded to you, you people. How do you... these witches. No, I don't care. You do what you do. But when you start putting curses on people, I'm like, what the whole now I got questions, right? Now I'm like, hey, you need to slow down. This is a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, lady. And I'm like, you know, if I can tell me what to do on my broomstick, I'm like, shut the fuck up and get the fuck off your broomstick. This is a no-fly zone. This is a no-fly zone. No, these ladies, why? What is going on that women are putting hexes on people now? You're just that bad at politics? You have to put a curse on people? It's outrageous. Quite frankly, it's outrageous. Makes me mad. But it's fun. It's fun because it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel like a real person. Makes me feel alive. Anywho, fuck these witches. I'm sure not all witches are bad, but when a witch is when your witch is fucking throwing curses at you on a microphone, it's like, and that's the other thing. I got the flu or some shit after that too. So I'm like, you did this? You fucking did this, you fucking bitch. Anyway, I don't know what to make of that. I think it's odd. I feel like it's just like, the nerve of that. Just the nerve that you would be muttering incantations and cursing people. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Run around leaving scars. Collecting that jar of hearts. Who do you think you are? That's what I want you guys to go home with today as we close on this episode of the 7th Evan podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure to share with a friend and let them know that they can find us on iTunes, on Spotify, on Google Play. Share us. Follow us on Twitter at 7th Evan. Follow us on Instagram at 7th Evan Pod. And if any of these fucking witches come at you, listen, I don't know what to do with witches. I called the most Christian person I knew, and I said, some witch put a fucking curse on me. And then the bitch ended up in the hospital. So I don't know. I don't know. But if you would like to defend yourself against witches, make sure to call upon the highest of all names, the name that is Jesus Christ, and he will come to your aid. And thank you so much for joining us at this Heaven podcast. We are going to go now. We're going to leave. We're going to walk away, slowly backing out of the room. Slowly we step away into the darkness, and you fade alone into the darkness, and then we say good night.